And you're joining me here at the Public Affairs Console in Mission Control, Houston. I'm joined right now by Alex Kanalekos, one of our EVA flight controllers and also the crew instructors. He's here to tell us a little bit about a little more about the major activity taking place on board the station. Karen Nyberg and Mike Hopkins working on one of the station spacesuits that was involved in a spacewalk back in July. So first off, Alex, thanks for joining me here. Give me a little bit of history real quick. Why are we doing some maintenance on this spacesuit today?
Well, like you mentioned this summer, Dan, about the spacewalk number 23 that we had. During that spacewalk, Luca experienced some water in the helmet. And what we discovered is that it was some water that was leaking from the internal life support system of the spacesuit into the crew member's helmet. And so we got the crew member in safely. And after that, ever since that time, we've been working on our spacesuit, trying to figure out what caused this leak. And so today what we're doing is we are performing a fan, pump, and water separator R&R, which is a removal and replace.
So what is the fan pump separator? What action does it perform inside the spacesuit?
So we have a motor inside the suit that drives our fan, pump, and water separator. And basically what the fan, pump, and water separator do is the fan is basically circulating your O2, and your water separator is separating moisture that's in your ventilation loop as well as gas that has gotten trapped into the water loop or cooling loop. And it's separating the water and the gas, enabling the lines to be either, degassed, and so returning non-moisture air back to the crew member, or O2. And then, of course, the pump is what's pumping our coolant fluid.
And right now, this is just one of what we think might be one of the prime suspects?
That's correct. So our engineering teams have identified several different components of the suit, designing a big fault tree. And this is just one of the components that we think could have contributed to the leak in the suit. Specifically, the water separator is what we're concentrating our efforts today. But the water separator, the fan, and the pump are kind of coupled into one unit.
Okay, and what exactly are the two astronauts, because this has taken up a lot of their day today, what exactly are they having to do to get this out of the suit?
Right. So the spacesuit is designed so that there's many different components, and the components can be removed and replaced. However, this specific component was not one that was necessarily trained on the ground. The astronauts get several high-intensive maintenance training for kind of generic training, so that they know how to use all the tools on the space station. But they never specifically trained on this unit. So we knew that it was going to take them a little longer to get them familiar with the actual fan, pump, water separator. So that's why it's taking a little longer. But there's several very small components. And when we're working with our spacesuits, we want to make sure that we're very careful not to introduce any small components or pieces of debris into our suit, because that could be a hazardous situation if that got into any of our loops.
Okay, well, the two astronauts, again, spending a couple hours being very meticulous with this. Just one of the prime suspects right now in that July 16th spacewalk, having the water come into Luca's helmet. So we'll continue to get some more looks at that footage today. Alex, thanks for coming on real quick and telling us what they're doing. Really appreciate any insight that we're able to gain. So really, thanks for coming on.
Thank you.